mature sonickid and his hero human friends head to the academy and fight a war on explosion and sell associate of third timer AU, aka mature sonickid universe. He still exists, but he participates in Lucifer 4. It will take place in Lucifer 3.0. I'm not gonna cover the whole video like in the Canterfish. It'll still stay the same, but it will be a key difference. Cigar would say, there was a lesson, a secondary blast. Aha, personal, step up, I go in first. Norman would say, the voice, oh no, I just learned the worst possible person. The just I can say, what the worst person? Didi would say, I don't know what it was, sonickid. Fifth member. Norman will say, hurry guys! And sonickid with his friends trying to run, but Sigrid caught them. Sigrid would say, no man, I knew it was he. Wait. A hero of new era do. And she would see sonickid, mature virgin. Sigrid would say, cause of the huge commotion and the academy, later the night, I knew it was you. Sonickid would say, Sigrid, I know Norma didn't mean no harm, but she tried to do research. Sigrid would say, rush down, sonickid. And Jeannie would know Sigrid would blush. Wise and Bear would notice too. Norma will say, Sigrid. Sigrid will continue. As Space Patrol and I may be used to be so solid, but lately, attendance are high. Even small disruption can set people on edge. Being energetic is not a bad thing for now. But then those very idea of yours. Norma will respond, wait, Sigrid, I just got some very serious information. I just very stress test for tomorrow. Called trial. Sigrid will say, watch your core. Sigrid would say, research Norma, you should be glad now my baby on patrol. Near our baby side would say, wait, baby's on patrolling? Sigrid would blush, and she would say, yes, sonickid. Baby used to be always patrolling, but today they are not patrolling. Stevie would say, hey, what do you think you're doing today? Sigrid would say, who is this? Sonickid would say, Jeannie is my partner and friend. Sigrid would say, so you must be sonickid partner. Jeannie would say, yes, I was his partner. Sigrid would say, so sonickid, do you date anyone? Sonickid would say, nope, she was just my friend. Why is it better? No, Sigrid was on to sonickid since he was a real new elder. Sigrid would say, great. And Jeannie would be jealous. Jeannie would say, hey, Oscar, don't just dare steal him. Sigrid would say, oh, someone getting jealous. Sigrid would say, calm down, girls. I know you guys will fight over me, but it's not the time. Sigrid would say, fine. Sigrid would say, if they sign your mental and logicals again, they stop wandering around. What is it to do? A camp or a bomb? Norman would say, Wise would say, sorry, we didn't mean we caused a mass race that night. Sigrid would say, we didn't mean to. Sigrid will turn to Sigrid. She would say, it's not your fault. You didn't cause this mess, she blushed. And Wise, Nomad, and Jeannie noticed she treats sonickid differently. Jeannie would say, hey, Oscar, why are you stealing from him? Sigrid would say, oh, so the android called me Oscar. Sonickid, control your partner. Jeannie would say, hey. Sonickid would say, come on, Jeannie, don't call her Oscar. Just because she liked me. Jeannie would say, Sonickid, you have a rule that you're not allowed to date relationships. Sonickid would say, yes, that is true, but I am not the real Sonic, just OC lookalike, and I need a partner, so I choose to ignore that rule. But the clothes, I need to follow that rule, like Sega said. Sega would say, so you choose to ignore that rule, but only clothes that you have to follow, since you're Sonic yourself. Sonic would say, yep, Rice would say. But they were constantly absent wasn't a logical. You are talking about it was due to the lab equipment, and then there was a misunderstanding. Sigrid would say, and you are the ESB transfer student, right? Sigrid would say, wait, ESB transfer student? Did I make them important? Sigrid would laugh and smiling. sonickid and his friends began to notice. Rice would say, I smiled. It basically stayed the same like in the game. Rice would say, yep, that's us. Sigrid would say, your animation are duly known. Please forgive my misunderstanding. While we're here, I still have basic advice for you. Sigrid would say to everyone, most of it is top secret, and not the type of place that get a lot of visitors. Sonickid would say, wait, it's a top secret? Sigrid would smile to him. Sigrid would say, yes, sonickid, it's a top secret. Genie would say, hey, stop stealing from him. Sigrid would say, oh, come on, Android, you did it there when you had the chance. Sigrid would say, and worry, not worth mirror, how things work here, so please be careful and don't get yourself taken up in trouble that you don't understand. Rice would say, trouble we don't understand? Sonickid would say, I don't get it. What do you mean trouble we don't understand, Sigrid? Farina would shout. She would say, sorry, I am late. She would say, Sigrid, I take full responsibility. I failed to keep an eye on Nomad. Nomad would say, you're learning the power time for me, Fairy. And everything will stay the same as they talk. Sonickid would say, they talking. What are they talking for? Genie said, I don't know why that whole star have a crush on you. Ever since you're here with New Avenue. Barry's wife would say, yeah, I know this, sonickid. She began to like you. Sigrid would say, I keep my people in line. At the very least, then I verify all different ESD will be around the split within airspace patrol. You have my word. Sigrid will lead her team out on her way and set Norma and Lollipop. And she turned to sonickid, she would say, if we meet, please visit my airspace patrol. And sonickid would say, okay. Genie would say, oh no, that horse girl wants you visit her and her team. And her team may begin to know that Sigrid have a crush on him. Her team would say, what was that, Sigrid? You're like a completely different person. Where do you see him? Sigrid would say, he just said, friend of Rise and Bell. That's it. And how come Android jealous of you? Sigrid would say, it doesn't matter. Alright, we will be on our way. Sonickid, visit us. Sonickid would say, I will. Vivian would say, that's my secret. A rule Lieutenant Roosevelt Aerospace Patrol. Do the island safe as her responsibility. It was an 80 plus. Vivian would say, and Sonickid, she liked you. Ever since you're a new Eridu. Sonickid would say, yes, she have a soft spot for me. But Genie was jealous over that. Genie said, how the airspace patrol have a like someone? She was busy keeping the island safe. She doesn't have time for romance. She will continue. In a way, she's certainly a legend around here. Sounds so hard to explain, but you understand, time. For now, you know she's not a bad person. Sonickid would say, yeah, unless there's no human experiment like the Zodiac. She will understand Sonickid was. She know it. She would say, Sonickid, I understand your feeling Zodiac was experiment by humans. Some humans don't deserve to be protected, but not all humanity can be that bad. Sonickid would say, yes, that's what Rise and Bell told me. And my friends, Eusoria as well. And they will stay completely the same.